Welcome back. Time for the Morning Buzz. Harvard University receiving a complaint of over 40 plagiarism allegations against the president of the university, Claudine Gay. The document, obtained by the Washington Free Beacon, compiled dozens of cases where Gay allegedly quoted or paraphrased authors without proper attribution in her academic works. The Committee on Education and Workforce Chairman Virginia Fox sent a letter to the head of Harvard's governing board, alleging that the university applies different standards to faculty versus students. Todd, this is not going away. Your reaction?
It's not going away, and it raises so many questions. At the point where this person was hired to be the president of Harvard, where was the intensive due diligence on her record of scholarship? Then, when the plagiarism accusations came about and they cleared her and said, nothing to see here, where was the due diligence then? It begs the third question: how much of a DEI hire was this individual when you have to guarantee that there are a plethora of very well-qualified individuals who wanted to become and could have become and maybe should have become the president of Harvard?
And is that why she kept her job after that horrendous hearing? Let's take a look at that. Elise Stefanik questioning the heads of these universities, and they couldn't answer a simple question. Watch.
So the answer is yes, that calling for the genocide of Jews violates Harvard Code of Conduct, correct?
It depends on the context.
It does not depend on the context. The answer is yes, and this is why you should resign.
But she didn't resign, Krisha. She's got her job.
This is so embarrassing. She still has her job. I went to Harvard College, and for me as a graduate, wow, I don't even want to say that, but I agree with the sentiment that if I committed as much plagiarism as Claudine Gay committed, I would have been kicked out. And Elise Stefanik also went to Harvard. I'm so glad she's calling her out for this. And unfortunately, Harvard has a huge endowment. So even if people pull back in their donations, I think Claudine Gay is still safe because she's falling back on race and DEI issues.
Wow. Is that what you think?
Yeah, well, look, I mean, when you look at the biggest donors of American universities, Qatar is the biggest donor. So it leads me to believe that there's certainly some incentive for some of these universities to be completely quiet when it comes to anti-Semitism and all the things that have been happening on these campuses.
That's a good point.
With regards to the plagiarism investigation, it looks like Harvard actually did an investigation, and it looks like they covered it up,
yeah,
which I think is an even worse look than if they just missed it. Like, they saw it and they worked to cover it up, all because they didn't want to upend that DEI apple cart.
Wow.
Right? I mean, we are at a point where colleges are hiring based off DEI rather than merit, rather than ethics. We cannot allow DEI to reign supreme over merit and ethics. That's not how you grow as a society, not how you grow as a country. It's not good.
Well, tell the Biden administration that, Todd.
Yeah, well, you're probably right that they covered it up more than anything, but let's not forget, they probably hired the same law firm to do the investigation into the plagiarism that they hired to do the preparation for the work on Capitol Hill.
Yeah.
Stunning success in both instances. but yeah, I mean, to your point, Maria, I mean, look at this entire administration. Look at their cabinet. Look at so many of the people that they put in. Look at the judges. We have judges that, when they're nominated...
How about our vice president?
How about our vice president? They get put on the stand in front of Congress in a hearing, and they can't answer basic first-year law student things. Admittedly, I probably can't either on a lot of the things, but I'm not a practicing attorney right now, and I'm definitely not a judge. If you're going for one of the highest judicial positions in the land on an appellate court, a district court, you need to be able to answer that stuff, and it just shows how this administration, DEI trumps everything else.
It's interesting. It's amazing. And the University of Pennsylvania's president resigned. Yes. She lost her job over it because of the pressure from donors.
I think DEI is a really bad trap that we're falling into because it goes against diversity of thought.
Yeah.
They don't care on these school campuses what you actually think. They care about facial and diversity on the exterior. And look, even Joe Biden plagiarized. I mean, this is part during his campaign on the campaign trail. So this is part of the ethos of what we're seeing right now, even in the current administration. I don't think it's going to change.
Wow.
The good news is the free market system is working.
Yep.
Applications for early decision at Harvard are down 17% year over year.
Yeah, good point. That's true.